So I have something cool to share with you guys about. Come on in. This one agent was telling me how she wrote a book about how to, she's going to listing appointments and stuff, and she was like in Virginia or something. She's telling me how she wrote a book, and I said, and she gives it to people, listing appointments, so she's pretty confident in landing. And I said, really, you wrote a book? That's pretty awesome. She goes, oh, it's just that one site where you go in and there's a template, and you go in and write it, and they put your name as the author, and they publish it, and they give it to you. And I went, okay, what is that site?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Scott, I want you to go to it.
I have all these bestsellers.
It's called Authorify.com.
Interesting.
And go to that site and put it on this TV. I'm telling you, I can't wait to do it. It's so cool. They have like 30 different books, how to sell your home fast for top dollar, 5 mistakes you might make, or, in selling your home, different things like that.
Yeah. Good
Coffee table book for all your clients, and they just sit
I'm
it on
telling
their
you, it's
coffee
kind
table.
of thick, but what you get to do, I was looking at it yesterday, you get to go in and they'll have the template of all the stuff that they wrote the book, but then you can go in and change all the paragraphs and rewrite things in there and X out things and stuff, so it becomes your
personal
piece
release
off of their, yeah, exactly.
That's
So then
crazy.
they publish your words,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
And then,
little dude.
and I was like, oh my goodness, this is going to up my game for listing appointments so bad. Like, I already have
How you guys doing?
Good.
How are you?
a good listing presentation, but this, I'm gonna be like, I wrote the book.
Yeah.
On how to sell your house. Here you go. Oh, man. it's
I was
amazing.
thinking of doing like a feature film starring Brad Pitt as Dave Downey, but they're not returning my calls.
Have you guys ever heard of Notebook
Batteries you
LM?
did?
No.
It's like a Google
Click the center button.
thing,
Just stick
and
your hand over
it
there.
creates
at the bottom.
podcasts. So you go in it and
At
you
the bottom.
all the like websites that you have. You like give
in the
it
back.
your websites, and then it reads them and it creates a podcast for you. Like, it's so good.
You can just
It,
feel it.
like I can use mine. I did it for myself. Yeah, and I could use it like for a resume basically because it covers
So I
everything.
gotta put in
Huh,
there.
interesting.
There's
Yeah,
some
all
interesting
technology.
stuff.
Google?
Yeah, it's called Notebook LM.
What's the LM?
Well, what did I miss?
I don't
have
know.
so much now.
Also,
Notebook
we
LM.
need to touch on the question from last week about the title policy covering fraud, like if they do a deed out
Oh,
from
yes,
under you.
absolutely.
The title policy does not cover forward. There is a whole process to go through that is criminal in that if you're in that instance where someone's done a fraudulent deed or something like that, because our policy covers from behind. So if that happened, you would go to the police department, you would file a criminal complaint, and then you would use your title policy as proof or as
human.
an exhibit, right, that we gave you clear title. And then you'd have to go through that process.
Oh.
Thank you for that follow-up.
Yeah.
Lori. We appreciate
Yeah.
it.
So what can we do
So we
to
don't-
protect ourselves?
So we don't need.
Do these places?
To get away with stuff like that, they normally don't really get away with that. It doesn't happen a
Oh,
lot.
he called you a liar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we haven't seen that a lot yet. It hasn't gotten to that yet. And I think the question was about what does Home Title Lock do? They do say that if there is some type of claim within their site that they are involved. But we don't know how much they're involved because they're only charging you like $35 a month or something like that.
Right, yeah.
So we don't really know or have seen where they come in and step in and something.
Yeah, they don't step in. They just notify you, hey, your deed changed. You might want to do something about it.
You might want to
Thank
get
you for your $35.
Yeah, you might want to get a real estate attorney is probably what they're saying.
Exactly. But really, okay.
So you're gonna write a book?
Oh yeah, so okay, here's the book.
Okay.
So it's Authorify.com, and so there's all these different things. Go to, say, product. Go to product.
he thinks about it.
Printed book,
Tell me.
Printed book.
yep. So you can see, you can have your picture on there, has your name, how to sell homes fast for top dollar, and they have a whole bunch. Go down, I think it shows a whole bunch of different books. Well, look how it's just, I think it's so incredible how you can go in there and go, here, let me show you kind of guys what, in the
AI.
chapter 7, I address that exact same thing you're talking about or whatever. Is there a place to show all the books? Here we go. Oh yeah, so you choose your book. This is step 1. Choose your book. So they
What's that
have
one? The unsellable home?
for sale
I'll
by
take that one.
owner, selling your home alone, right? If you want to do for sale by owner, yeah, that's so cool. Unsellable home selling secrets. Okay, now go down,
For sale by
choose
owner
your
guide.
book. Then you customize your book. You select your cover. You customize, make uniquely yours. Select the book cover. Let's see. You can customize the content of the book as much or as little as you'd like. Modify any of the chapters. Add personalized introduction. Oh, isn't that incredible?
That's
Wow.
That is incredible. Okay, then go up and then publish your book. And then they start sending you books. Now go up further. Use your book. Oh, they have the digital. They have your book on digital too, if you need that or whatever you want to send it. But I think the physical book is.
I think, hard copy would be. Second published.
Offline advertising, our book library. Yeah. So now, where does it say for the pricing here?
Does it give you like an ISBN
Right
number
there, the
for the
pricing.
Library of Congress?
Pricing is expensive.
Pricing.
Yeah.
A
Oh
month.
my.
$199 a month?
2 licenses.
Digital premium.
This is only digital.
Wow. So $300 a month for
Wait,
the
2 licensed books. No, you get
Monthly.
2 digital books and 2 books in the mail each month for $199 a month
Okay.
For how long?
until you stop.
Until you-
Oh, so you get 2 books?
So which one
Yeah,
are you
it's
gonna
just a
do, Rob?
monthly. It's a monthly.
Which one are you gonna do?
I'm probably gonna be doing this one. I get 4 books a month. I get the digital books, which I don't care about those.
No, it says you get
Little toy.
What's up, dude?
20 printed.
you get 20 printed books each month.
Oh, all the benefits of our digital
like a
plan
little
plus
old man.
20 things. Oh, I get 4 licensed books. I can have 4 different books. I wrote 4
Oh,
books.
4 books.
my
Oh,
In a
that's
week.
awesome, man! I can't wait. This is gonna
Yeah.
be awesome.
You know,
So you
better
get
than
4
just doing
licensed
flat
books. You get 20 books a month. That's pretty awesome.
Well, look at
So-
you could write
Magazines,
25
got your own
books.
So you can
That's
do
a-
like the buying
the
process,
website
the
on
selling process,
Right.
right? And then I
Yeah.
could do the closing process.
That's a great thing for
Exactly.
guides, you know, because we all have guides that we make that we hand out to people. So that's
It's right there in your lap.
Great resource.
The little.
Oh, it's huge.
And he loves
This
that
thing?
clip.
So, I can imagine when I'm competing with
Yes, sir.
somebody on an expired or a Fishbowl or something, and I give them my little stuff, and I go, oh, by the way, I wrote a book on how to help yourself sell your home. Here you go.
He wants that thing off his neck.
I see your wheels turning.
Yeah.
He just got
I
mad.
remade
did
my
get
email
mad.
signature.
So anyway, yeah, I guess this is 0
I
books.
think he wants whatever's in front of him there.
This.
They're forcing us into
Oh,
that.
So wait a
yeah.
minute. You don't get any books?
This
He
one, you
loves
don't
this
get any
thing,
books.
too.
2 digital
He got bored
books, you
with
get
it.
2 books, no books.
All the tools you need to position yourself digitally as a trusted real estate.
This is an interesting little.
So what
thing.
is? Oh, so that's
But I can do annually. Let's see what annually it costs. Save 33%. Go to that, Scott.
It's like 10,000.
See what this
click
is
that little
annually.
button there.
Which one?
Right,
annually?
Yeah,
Wow.
1990 a year.
3,000. So what is that?
Yeah, but
Per
you're saving
month.
$5.98.
URC's doing the
Oh, is
math.
that what it is? 598.
Yeah, so you'd
As
say
opposed to
at
saving
the bottom
100.
says say $5.98.
See, the thing is that
I feel
We
people
all
sell
need a
insurance.
Scott with
We
us.
do. This is the ologies I've been letting out for my calendar, I mean my calculator, yeah.
I think that 20 books times 12, that's what, 240 books?
Dang.
Yeah.
That's a
I
lot
don't
of
know if
books.
I want
Yeah, I don't
240
know.
books.
Yeah.
So maybe you would do the $2.99 and then you can chop it off after like 3 months, 4 months or something.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
Oh,
A
do you
lot
have
of
books?
training materials that I've borrowed over the years.
yeah, right on.
She's turning in her keys.
Purging out
Yeah.
my
But
filing cabinet
That
at home.
that could be a book right there.
Could be.
All that could be a
Yeah,
book.
so
I would
who knows
say-
what.
That's a
on
lot.
these books, if you have your books, let's say you did it for a year and you got 240 books, you just want to use those books until they're gone, you would cut this off, but then if you sign back in, I don't know if they'll still have your book. If you want more books, you have to read, because I'm gonna spend some time.
Writing your book?
Writing my
Probably not.
book.
They'll probably get rid of it.
Yeah, they're not
Huh?
gonna keep your novel on file.
Right,
They should
yeah.
change your
But
your
if you
mind.
have a digital copy of
Unless they
it,
keep
then
it
you're
sitting
fine,
out the back.
right?
Right.
You
I
just
think
download
so,
that
sure.
digital copy. You can send it to your own printer.
Oh,
In the
maybe you
future.
can do that.
Yeah,
too.
or your own
You
You can put
bound.
a
Yeah,
Authorify
right.
of
Whoever
the
can bound it for you might get a better
business.
price.
Yeah.
But they own the rights to it, don't they?
I don't know.
Well,
That's,
if you
Then they
have a
do.
licensed book, then you're
Sneaky.
you've paid for that license.
oh, right, that's
right?
a licensed book.
Yeah.
I would-
Why you're-
But
It's
if you don't
licensed.
pay them, do they take your license back?
I don't know. I mean, if you're a company, if I was this company, I'd be like protecting myself all over the place with that kind of stuff. Because we're all thinking about how we can get it cheaper. And this is a pretty amazing service.
So basically, it's like $3,000 a year to plagiarize.
You said it.
Why would you
Go to
pay
some of
to
the
cheat?
books,
I cheat for
Scott.
free.
Go click on this little thing down here and let's see what other books they have. No, keep going. Oh, does that have all of them?
Yeah, this has all of them.
Save money on your dream home. That's pretty cool. Best-selling options for a divorce. I'm gonna buy that and give that to someone.
Options in
I
a
have
divorce.
listing coming up in, where's that at?
Have it at a book fair.
Says it also.
Berthoud, yeah.
Berthoud.
Says it also.
Facing
Oh,
foreclosure.
it's so bad.
Oh, you know what this
My
one
daughter's
is?
in golf, so it's on
This
every
one's
other
good
book.
for the NED
And I was
list.
always like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
You literally
I
like go
asked
to the
a
NED
parent,
list,
and they
knock
told
on
me
the door and
that
say, I
it
have a
just
book.
doesn't.
I can help you.
It'll help you get out of default.
Right,
Yeah.
right, totally.
THID, I guess.
Berthoud.
I mean, this brings up solve your delinquent property. Man, that's incredible right there.
So that's $12.50 a book, and there is, I already found one place that'll do it for as low as $5.
And they already have it written for you?
No.
Oh, okay. To me, this is the somebody put this together and was amazing at figuring all that out. That took a lot of work. Real estate investing, financing homes, but anyway, I was so excited when she told me about that. I was like, I gotta tell you guys about it. It was so cool.
I can't wait to read it, Rob.
I know that you can.
Will you sign my copies?
That's true.
All of a sudden-
We knew him when.
Exactly.
Typically,
probably the best idea with those
get the license for
spreadsheets
the
that I
book,
send
and
out.
go and reprint.
Probably.
That's what they were saying.
Oh, yeah,
After
yeah.
you close, I'll
That's
send
what I was saying, but we don't
List
know if
around
the
you
license
to
is
see.
also in their name. We don't know.
And I think that's
Yeah.
probably the
You
best
know, who
way
knows? But
to market those
Anyway,
lists is to
Thorify.com,
business
let's share that with you.
pay like $40.
All right, what else you guys have?
And set each day at $5.
Anybody else have anything crazy going on?
Not crazy. Pretty calm.
I had
Pretty
something
calm?
earlier and I can't remember.
You have anything crazy going on?
Yeah, I talked to them a little bit earlier about.
Hold on, let's wait till they're done with their conversation.
Pricing in Black Forest for land. So it's a house and it's on land. It's an older 1950s ranch, about 3,000 square feet, but it's on 38 acres, right at the, pretty much, there's like Cordera and Flying Horse, and then a couple miles across the street, that's where their acreage is. You know, I was wondering, do you guys have like a specific formula that you use for acreage when you're doing CMAs, or just looking at comparables?
Very,
Well,
very individual.
right, it's whatever I can get out of it.
Is it
Yeah.
flat? Does it have water? Does it
Right.
have fencing? Can you
Yeah.
have horses?
Yeah. So comparables, yeah.
I would look at the
So
comparable.
Scott has a guy that he landed off of the site, and he basically, was it your listing that he called you on?
Yeah, he
Scott listed some land, right, for like 25 grand or something like that?
65.
65 grand.
Yeah.
And what did he offer you? What did he offer?
What land?
You said this land, this guy calls in and offers 25 grand, and then he says, can you flip it for me?
Oh, yeah.
Tell us about that.
So, okay, so I listed this lady's property, in Yoder, and this guy is
For how much?
for 65.
Okay.
This guy's an investor, and he was doing his own comps and stuff like that because he flips land, so he'll buy it really cheap and then he'll turn around and just list it and sell it. And so he found my information from doing his comps. He said, "Oh, this guy sold this piece of land. Let me call him." So that's how I got him. Is he just called me off of my listing, I guess. But he sends out like letters to all these, all this land people that I guess have owned it for a long time or something, and they'll. So he's got this piece of land right now that is under contract for $27,000, and I just sold the same kind of piece of land for $65,000. So he's like, "Hey, will you list it for $58,000, and then it'll go quicker than the $65,000, but I'll make like 20 grand or something on it."
Yeah.
And so that's what he does. So he did
So he
that.
sends out letters to all the land
Yeah,
people,
he just
because
called-
people go, "Oh, I bought that land for 25
He
grand,
just
I don't
called
care, you
me.
want it?"
He called me Monday. He called me on Monday, and he has another piece of land that he just got. Well, he's thinking of getting in Monument. He wants me to do an analysis and everything on it, and then if it works for him, then I'll list it. But
Where do you guys
Genius.
run your comps for that? Where would you run comps for your
it's on
vacant
the
land?
MLS.
MLS, okay.
And what I do is run the comps. Let's say it's in Payton. I run the comps for, let's say it's 5 acres. For everything for 5 acres in the whole area. But then, the closer I get into town, the more because sometimes the only comps are way out there by the windmills.
Yeah.
So I have to go all the way in and, wow, I'm really close to town, so I'll up it and I just make something up on experience of what can I get? Because whatever I get, it's gonna appraise for. Because the appraiser's gonna be in the same position where they can't figure out, there's no comps. So you kind of start a little high sometimes and come down.
Yeah.
And land is usually a long-term listing, unless it's priced really good. But it's so interesting with that guy is sending out letters, and people buy land all the time for 25 grand. I have one listed right now for 17 grand,
Yeah.
and he just wants it gone because he's in Texas and he doesn't like our politics. So he's not coming up here.
I'm not coming back.
He's like, I gotta get out of Colorado. I gotta get my money out of this land. So,
People are serious about that.
so that one guy sends out a letter, buys it, and then he turns around and flips it for, 35,000. I think it's kind of genius that guy's doing that.
Yeah.
But land is really worth what you think you can get out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's bought by Cordera,
Yeah.
that's pretty huge.
Yeah, because
Well-
I think it's worth about 800,000.
Yeah.
And similar 1950s house on the northern end of Black Forest with the same acreage, but it was wooded and kind of secluded. It sold
Uh-huh.
for like 1.7. So like this one, I'm thinking like ballpark around 1.5.
Good.
But also like
How many acres?
38.
Wow, right there, and it actually
It's just
backs
north.
to Cordera?
It's just north of where the Highlands
Uh-huh.
neighborhood is.
Yeah.
It's just north of that.
North of that, okay.
And south of Baker Road. I mean,
So like the house, just the house, probably like 650, 700.
Yeah, right, yeah.
But the acreage is that whole other piece because it's. I'll have to check with the county because it's not lot and block, so. May
It's
or
still
may not-
raw.
Yeah.
It's
You can
gold.
still split it, right?
I was
Yeah.
gonna say,
Well,
it's
you
pretty rare
Oh.
for that large of a
Pure
parcel.
gold right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the
I would
other side
think-
of Highlands?
I would think you would be able to subdivide it because it's a southeast quarter of northeast half or
Still
whatever.
the meets and bounds legal.
Yeah. So I don't know, but I would check with planning commission.
Absolutely.
Because if it is subdividable, then it's right there. You could put, it's zoned RR5, so it'd have to be at least, that's
Yeah,
rural residential. So you'd have to, the minimum lot size is 5 acres, but that's 7 lots you could get.
There's some,
Right.
and you got to ask planning because there's some restrictions out there too about like additional dwelling units and collecting.
So-
what you collect for
It-
rent and all
right,
that
Because if
stuff.
they can split that, like 5 acres are going out there for like 300,000. So
Yeah,
that's like,
Scott, can you pull up that map of that? So what's interesting of that is, I remember, Black Forest trying to become a city, remember that? They voted on that,
I
probably in 2008. Because when Powers went through and they put in Wolf Ranch and Cordera, they freaked out and said, we don't want people subdividing their land in Black Forest, and we don't want to become a Cordera at some point.
right.
And, make it big.
Right here.
No, it's in the blood.
right there, that's
Right
it.
there.
Zoom in a little bit.
Wow.
Oh, I can see my
Okay,
house.
wait,
from
hold
here.
on, hold on.
So,
So Black Forest Road,
So this is the house right there. And then so the property goes from here and then down and then right to the edge of here.
Oh, wow.
So like this would all, because it's already got an easement going through.
and this is Highlands.
Yeah.
Oh wow, you can see there's going to be houses going up in that lot.
Yeah,
You
I
can
think
totally
yeah.
see something
Very
right
soon.
there.
that's
These guys could freak out if you start subdividing,
Yeah.
but I bet it goes all the way to Baker Road right here, right? Right in here?
Just so right
Pull
to
up the
here.
county site,
They
and
went
that'll,
into it.
and
Oh, right to
that'll
there.
have a
Yeah.
footprint.
Oh, I see it.
It's kind of like
Oh,
a
it's right here.
buffer
It goes all the way
between the
to here.
city.
Oh,
To subdivide that, you don't have to, that's not where they send out the letters to all the
Oh,
people
that's
around.
close.
Because you can just subdivide it
You
with
do
an
have to.
engineer.
Yeah.
Or do you have to get permission?
Yeah, well, there would be
What's the address?
public,
Change the zoning,
9825
Yeah, it's 'cause-
Black
oh, I guess they
Forest.
would be changing the
You
zoning.
have the-
well,
Would
it
they?
wouldn't necessarily be
No,
changing the
they're just
zoning.
subdividing. I think it's
Seller.
just an
If you
engineer.
subdivide it, you could keep it RR5.
Yeah.
We did
Yeah,
this
I
house.
It would be-
Because you could put
Oh.
single, what's
Yeah, 'cause
what's
there's
this
no
5 go up to?
improvements
Could
on
you
it
do
yet.
duplex?
And we
This
cut
one.
each other out
You
for
could probably
like
do
5
what-
minutes.
Yeah, and then if you hit
The
Wow.
Black
Click on
Forest
the-
community
I went out
will
and
freak.
recorded with her.
But I don't think they
No,
can
look,
stop
dude.
it.
on this
It's all
right
the way
there
to Baker
and
Road.
get
Because
the
they're not
satellite
changing
view.
the zoning. They're not trying to make
Right,
it like
right.
commercial or
What about
anything.
water?
Yeah.
That would be,
Oh,
That would be
that's all that
that's
big,
where they
right?
would get you. You couldn't maybe
So like,
get 7
because
new
like,
water meters
I mean,
or something.
like there's other ones that
That's
sold for
38
like.
acres.
Susan would
Yeah,
be
there,
good
there's
at
ones that
this.
sold for like 1.6, but they already have like the horse stables and everything.
Yeah,
out
this
there.
is 2.5 right here. These are
Yeah.
2.5 acre parcels.
This is like how all of
But
Oklahoma
from,
is.
from what
like,
I've seen, like, you know,
you know.
the 5 acre parcels are going around for, you know, about 300,000 or so. The other, you know, larger parcels around 40 acres or so, a little bit up north, are going for about like 800,000. Those are also wooded and secluded, but I mean, like, I think there'd be more money in it if you were able to split those into 5 acre parcels and then
Oh,
sell it.
big time.
Yeah.
What is
Or
the water
2.5,
out there? Is it
these
rural
2.5.
or is it the water situation? Was it
Yeah, is that-
water? Is it rural or is
they're
it?
I
on,
have
they're
seen
on
that.
wells.
This is
Those are
all
wells,
city.
I think, out
This
there.
is all
all
city
city?
right here.
It's city.
That they-
Are
Isn't
those,
it?
I mean, I live like
Things
half a
are-
mile.
That's
from
where
there.
they try to
Yeah,
stop
they
it.
have
I mean,
wells
that's
and
Wolf
stuff like
Ranch
that.
right
It's almost
there.
like there's a
On the-
buffer, right?
Yeah, on the left, that's Wolf Ranch.
left,
That's
yeah.
how close it is.
Yeah.
It's-
Yeah, look at this.
So you're
Yeah.
close to city
The
water.
lake is gonna be right there.
Yeah.
Look at that. Oh my goodness, that's incredible.
That's cool. You gotta
Oh,
keep us posted on
that's a
that.
nice
Oh,
piece
I
of property.
know.
Yeah.
That's a great listing, man.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, these guys could scoop that up, but these guys will fight it, I think.
But if it's, we were just saying, they're not changing the zoning. They're just subdividing. I don't think you have to get permission just to subdivide.
it
Yeah,
changes
just to
I-
make the
the
lots.
legal.
I think you have to get, every time
Yeah, you
somebody
know-
wants to build around one of my properties, I always get these notices going, hey, someone wants to
Yeah.
subdivide and rezone. And
Thought it was
I go, I don't
rezoning,
care,
huh?
like, I'm gonna lose.
You could-
I can go fight and fight and fight, but I'm gonna lose every single time.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still gonna tie up the process for a few years.
For a year,
People-
years.
right, when
We
they're
have that
fighting.
going on
I know.
overall.
I thought it was only zoning. I mean, just because we get them all the time in Oklahoma.
Yeah,
with stuff,
we
yeah,
at
'cause
North Carefree
Yeah.
and
rezoning
Peterson,
crap.
there's a empty lot there, and they're gonna build like low income housing or apartments
Yeah, yeah.
right there at that corner. So they're sending out all this stuff to come
Yeah.
and come.
I
to
mean,
these.
Scott got we got a thing in our neighborhood that said, because Scott lives in my neighborhood, we got a thing that says, we're gonna have multiple people in this house. It's gonna be a brain injury house. where people have brain injuries go in there and live for a little bit to get back on track. And everybody in our neighborhood freaked out. They're gonna murder our kids. And they literally live across the street from Scott. He bought a house across the street from that house. I mean, we all. I didn't care, but all the other people in the
People
neighborhood
freak out about
lost.
stuff like that.
And so they come out, the brain injury people. They have like 7 trash cans out there because there's so many people. You know how you.
So
you
they
just
live
have
there.
one or
It
two.
got approved.
And they come out, they're like, "Hi,
Oh
hi,"
my
you know,
God.
and
Cool.
they're all waving to Scott and everything. And they like looking at the dogs and whatever.
There's an
when you walk by.
ambulance there every day. You know.
Is there really?
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, a brain
They got a
injury. I
brain
have never
injury
heard of
somehow.
that.
So that neighborhood just to the south, those 2 filings, Highland Park and Eagle Wing, they're on well and septic.
Yeah, that's what he just said.
Oh, so you could probably, I don't know, have
Right,
to
well,
get
so-
well
Get
permits.
a
The
tap.
question is,
Start
where'd
with the
that
county.
market value come from?
819.
Yeah, what is that? From tax value? Where's that
That's the
from?
county site.
There's a house.
Okay.
That's the county's market value.
Because there are improvements.
Yeah, the
there's
improvements
a
are
house on there.
464.4, the
And, like,
land 354.
Because like I don't think it's gonna, like 1.5, maybe, but if they were to split up those
Oh,
parcels
uh-huh.
into 5, at least
That
5
would
parcels,
give it a really nice marketable.
that's 1.5. If they sold off those individually at 300.
Think about
Well,
these
some
little-
builder will come
Yeah.
through there.
These
And then the house,
small builders.
the house with the rest, probably
I
Seven-
think a builder
Yeah.
would be
So
the
that's a
person you
little
want
over
to
2.
contact for
Yeah,
that.
7 acres.
I would-
or 7
But
lots.
with anything with the land, I would contact the planning
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
start there and then follow their process.
And just see, is it doable to subdivide?
Look at that legal description.
Right?
And that's probably
Yeah.
a partial.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
probably
yeah.
a partial.
That's abbreviated for sure.
Point of.
Point
And that's a
of
nice
beginning.
piece of property for sure.
Yeah.
Is that where you're going after this?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
The final lock, I already given them the key as a post-closing occupancy. They just went there and they're like, "Oh, yeah, that's good." I'm like, "Cool." Like every post-closing occupancy, they're like, "When are you gonna be out? When are you gonna be out?"
Yeah, because they want their place. Yeah. Interesting.
Where did you guys come up with that price?
That's the county's assessment.
So that's the
What
county.
kind of
County's
assessment?
assessed
like-
value.
The-
Like when
So
you go
you're
like,
trying to figure out what can we sell this for?
so like Zillow and the RVM both have it about $1 million, and I think like it's probably closer to like 1.5. I haven't seen what they've
Potential.
I've been in their garage before, but I haven't been in the rest of the house. So I'm going back up at 1 to go look through the rest of the house. But like, the house alone, is probably around like 700-ish.
Old house built in the 70s.
Yeah. But then you've got all that acreage, and so like if you combine it all, like I'd probably say around 1.5, 1.7 maybe. Or if it's possible to split them up into 5 different parcels, sell them off at 300 each, that's 1.5 there, and then another 700,000. They could just sell that separately with the remaining acreage and get more. Oh, it'd be a lot of work, but I don't know. if
How
that
long would
make
it
sense.
take?
Yeah.
I wonder?
Because I don't know if somebody would, like drop $2 million for that to buy the house. You know what I mean? If you're looking at
Right.
a normal buyer with that kind of money, like
So there's 2 scenarios you can work from this.
yeah.
I like the first scenario. I like to be a sales guy and put it up on the market for what I think I can get out of it. And
Keep it
I don't
simple.
do any homework on whether or not it's subdividable or anything like that. I don't care. If you guys want to buy this, you buy it and you figure that out yourself.
Yeah.
I just sold a piece of land that way, and he was asking me all kinds of questions. He's like, if I can't get into Denver Aquifer, the Denver Aquifer is this, and if I have to get into Pikes Peak Aquifer, and I was like, dude, I have no idea.
Yeah, that's
I'm just selling the
That's
land.
outside of our scope.
And so he did all this homework, and he's like, hey, the utilities are over there on the thing. It's going to cost me. And he's like, just going on and on. And I was like, I'm sorry, you got to figure that out yourself. He ended up buying it and he's like, I feel like I did all the work on this. I was like, yeah, I'm the sales guy, right? It's just a piece of dirt to me. So I think that you can take that angle, or as Susie would tell you with the commercial realm, they get really detailed. They go out to El Paso County Regional Zoning, and they ask questions, and they find out, can this be done?
Yeah,
And so then when people call you, and you say, this can be done,
yeah.
you could potentially up the price a little bit more, because now you're really selling. Now you're saying, I know a lot of information about this.
Yeah.
It's worth the money. Let me tell you.
Oh,
That
and then-
kind of thing.
Yeah, and then just list it for like 2.5 somewhere up there.
Yeah, somewhere big where,
Because of the potential.
right, because they're just gonna mow down the house,
Yeah.
either rebuild their own house, or someone's gonna go, there's money to be made in here, and if I can do 2.5 acre lots, 2.5 acres divided by 38, what is that?
Check on mineral rights.
It's 5 acre lots.
Did you check mineral
It
rights?
has to be 5 acres?
No.
It's zoned RR5.
Oh, R5, okay.
Yeah, rural residential,
7,
Five.
7.5,
seven
so
acres
7,
or
and then
7
you have a road,
lots.
whatnot in there, but,
At least 6.
you know,
yeah.
what could you make selling 5 acre parcels that, what do you think, a 5 acre parcel would be like,
Well, if you
200?
200.
at least 200
That's
1
1,400,000.
times 7. Yeah, so 5 acre parcel, you can find for 200 in Black Forest somewhere. That's pretty close in. I don't know how much more you can get. Not, maybe 300 max?
Yeah, I saw a couple,
300
like-
times 7?
Yeah.
2.1 million.
But you think if a developer can get 200 just for the land, he's
The
gonna,
developer won't pay that.
They won't.
but if you build 7 houses there, I mean, that's a ton of profit.
Now, 7 houses, yeah, you build 7 houses, that's a different story.
Right.
But if you just develop the land and sell the 5 acres, it wouldn't be good for the developer, it'd be good for a builder.
The builder, yeah, that's not, yeah, builder.
Yeah, the builder.
Yeah.
There's a big cost.
So
to
I
infrastructure.
don't see it over 2 million though. What do you guys think? You see that over 2 million? 38
No.
acres? I don't either.
Yeah, not for what you can buy for 2 million.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Uh,
With the house though, with the existing house.
But if you do well,
The
on something
700
like
square
it's,
feet.
with the existing house and everything,
Electric
I'm like one
Yeah.
and
Yeah, that's what I would do.
How many square feet is the home?
about
700.
3,000.
Oh, 3,000?
Yeah.
Oh, at least it's 700.
Times
Yeah.
5 or 7?
a well
Yeah,
is
that's a
lot
house.
cheaper than
Oh, no, that's
Septic is
huge.
really
Yeah.
expensive.
That changes everything.
depending on the soils.
It's like somewhere between like 1.5
But,
and 1.7.
And it still looks like the 70s with the
Make
house.
that part of the,
I don't
the
know.
deal.
You'll find out that's
Oh, you're gonna find out.
Build a house.
Okay, well,
Maybe
pay
the
for
seller doesn't
water.
care about all that
Because-
shit. Maybe the seller just lets
yeah,
it
I'd
go.
say if it's really
Right.
nice and updated,
But if
if
you market
3,000
it
square
to
feet could go above
these
1.5.
boutique builders.
I thought you
that
said
have
the
5 or
700.
6 places, you know.
700 square foot
at a
house.
time in some of these
Oh, no,
rural
that's
areas.
nice.
Yeah.
I'm glad it's not
It's a-
like.
That could be like
100%.
1.8 or something like that if it's nice.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I found one
Let's
comp
have an
that
easy
kind of
one.
supports that so far. I just got to keep going out a little bit further. So
I mean, we buy 5,000 square foot houses for,
yeah.
1.8 on 3 acres in Kings Deer,
Right?
right?
They
On
have
2.5 acres or, 2.5 acres, so
Yeah.
38 acres
Yeah.
with a 3,000 square foot house?
Yeah. Because the
Maybe you
neighbors-
could get over 2 million.
The neighbors are on 2.5 acres with about 4,000, 5,000 square feet. Those are going for about $1 million.
Okay.
So, comparing the house to the house, I mean, it's kind of
38
always going to be a
acres.
dump compared to that, but the acreage is the big thing, the location.
Yeah, you might be able to
Right
get 2 million, 1.950 or something like that,
Yeah.
depending on how nice it is. If you go in at 70s-ish, 1.5,
there. Yeah.
because they're gonna have to spend a couple $100,000 just fixing it up.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Anybody else have any crazy things going on? Anybody? Okay.
I don't have any lenders here today.
Nobody lenders to complain.
Sure, yeah.
Well, lenders, since the rates are so high, they're all on vacation.
Yeah, they're all,
What a mess.
they're in therapy right now.
They're in therapy.
Well, did you see the post this morning that Jerome Powell couldn't get fired fast enough?
Yeah, I saw that.
I did not see that post.
He's pushing for lower rates right now.
Where you want him now?
Oh, here, you wanna put them in the thing? I can put them in the
Make sure his arm is not purple. You know when they hang like that?
Oh, I like it when they get purple.
They cut off their circulation. They don't even notice.
Is his binky dirty? I don't know if it fell.
Is
It's like
what?
right there, his binky.
Oh, yeah, this one right here? Yeah.
Yeah,
This
it's
is-
This is his.
Oh, it's clean.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure.
He
I
doesn't
just
need
put
it.
it on there.
I think he's.
I like being grandpa.
Wow, this will be
That was a
earliest
treat, Scott. Thank you.
round table we've ever had.
I didn't hear
think
anything in the
else
meeting,
has gone
really.
on this week.
Are you guys struggling getting insurance for homes right now?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a beast right now.
That's
For one
a-
of the homes that I was under contract on in Cliff Pines, they offered an annual rate of $139,000 for the insurance.
Are you
What?
serious?
Yeah, that's
Must have been
farmers.
an extra zero.
I got one for
What?
72,000
$139,000.
a year.
For your
Yep.
premium?
Yeah.
This is out of control.
Why?
I had one for 72,000. It was from farmers. Was yours from farmers? Yep. They're literally telling you, hey, we're not giving you
In Cliff
Yeah.
insurance,
Pines.
but we will give you insurance for
That's unbelievable.
$100,000 a year.
Have you guys ever heard of Colorado Farm Bureau
Uh-huh.
insurance? Supposedly, like, they're really good right now.
Yeah.
It just had a closing core title. I hate them. But they were like, oh, apparently Colorado Farm Bureau is super, super good.
You hate core title?
Oh, yeah.
Why?
'Cause they're well, they're not Rory, for one.
I'm just curious.
Oh, they're always slow.
I hear
Oh,
stuff
okay.
too. I hear.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, where's the title commitment? Where's the tax certificate? We sent it. No, you didn't. Like,
Yeah.
But they've got great abs. Core.
You got great
I was like,
abs.
okay, well, I'm putting two and two together on that one.
Core is alright.
They have great abs.
Skipped a step.
Well, then what about, are you seeing more things go under contract right now?
Yeah, I mean, we see in the beginning of the week, we see like, we'll get bombarded with orders, right? Or I'll get like 5 in one day. And then the newsreel changes and everything slows down.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, by the way, does everybody have their bios on the website in this room?
Yes, I do.
I'd have to check.
I could probably update.
I think you're. Oh,
Okay.
probably not.
I was
Because
gonna,
our assistant's gonna be calling every single person and bugging them every single day until they get, because I'm, like, on the newsletter, I wanna highlight different people, but I have all these people that just literally have nothing. They don't even have a picture. It's like, how can you be a realtor and not even have a picture
Secret agent.
on the website? Oh, here we go. Okay, look at Scotty Kirksey, see if he's got his on there. Click on him.
I'm sure he does.
Oh, yeah, he does. Okay, go back. But yeah, some of these people don't have anything.
see if there's one on mine.
There it
That's
is.
35 pounds ago, right there. Look at that guy.
Yeah, you got one.
That's me.
Let's call everybody out.
Update that. Murphy died.
Yep, I think they all have theirs. Vivea, we gotta get her, put hers on. Jessica, we gotta get hers. Sarah, Randy, look at this. Russ, and nothing. Okay.
Kim Jester is a basketball referee.
Yeah,
Did
she
you know
is.
that? She's
Yeah.
pretty good too. I went to
Yeah.
a few games this year and she was a ref in a couple of them.
Yep.
She was really good.
Yeah, she's an animal. She never comes.
Looks like we only have 5 people.
Okay, good.
Which I can get Tracy's.
I just wanted to make sure that everybody gets
Selena,
their
that
pictures
she's
on
gone.
there.
I can take her down. Yep, that's it.
Okay, cool. All right, anything else? All right.
Well, I'm just refining my processes. So something I kind of wanted to share with everyone, I realized I made an email signature, a long time ago when I first started. And in delivering the email, sometimes, the logo wouldn't load right, or oftentimes you get dinged and put into the spam box right away because of the type of logo file that you use, or you have too many links in there, and those types of things. So I'm making sure that the emails that I send out have the most deliverability, and I wanted my email signature to look really fine, like polished. Scott, if you have access to your email, you can pull up the email I sent you. Just want to show everybody what I made. And it's cool because you have, I had AI help me make this code, and now that's my updated email signature. It will not go to spam or junk.
Wow.
And they've got the link to my digital business card down there. Of course, they've got a link to schedule a meeting and a link for down payment information. This has been optimized for mobile view as well, because most people
totally.
are using their phone when they're reading your emails, so that's why it's center aligned. And the code has been written to where, like if you tap my phone number, it will, say call Daniel, so it's mobile optimized. And it will, it's coded to switch between light and dark themes, depending on if it's being used or not. So it's nice that I kind of had this revelation, and AI has been like makeup for my brain. I've been telling everybody, like, it enhances what you've already got.
AI made that for you?
Yes. I had to do some...
You tell them what you want in it, and then it makes it?
Yep. And I kept having to fine tune and tweak it, and it took me about 3 or 4 hours because I'm a perfectionist. But when I got that final product, I sent that short email to Scott. I was like, I could tell you all the stuff that it does, but I just wanted
so
to
does
send it
AI
to you.
put it in there for you? Is it a Gmail
So
or
You just
what?
copy and paste.
Yeah, it gives me the code, and then what I had to do was enable an extension on Chrome to let me write code in my email. So I did that and just copied and pasted, put it in the place where you update your email signature.
And their Gmail wouldn't see, this is a bunch of code and
it's optimized for
code friendly.
for the email deliverability. So that was the whole point of doing this. I wanted to make sure I get out of people's spam. I got tired, every time I sent an email, oh, check your spam. Oh, why am I in spam? Now I'm the spam guy,
Can you write up something on how to do that for the newsletter, and I'll put it in the newsletter?
So what I actually was going to do here is I'm going to give the code to Scott, and then he can add that to our template library and our agent resource.
Okay, cool.
So that way all the agents can use it as a resource. You guys can we can have some brand.
Because that is totally awesome right there.
Yeah.
I love how it has the links. And like you said, because I got 3 links in my email.
Yeah.
And I don't want it to go into somebody's spam folder because I have 3 links in there. It just thinks I'm spamming somebody.
Yeah, it's crazy because it's like the go to jail card. When you're sending emails, if you use certain phrases, go to spam. If you use too many links, go to spam. The wrong image file, go to spam.
If you use the word kindly, you go to spam.
Yeah.
I think I just have a PNG.
But you also have the little micro chips that you can.
Nobody's
that's actually the
where
cool
he can
link.
just send his information into your phone and stuff.
Yeah, I've got the digital business card with the NFC capabilities now. Those little NFC chips, they're pretty affordable and anyone can do it, so it's pretty amazing. But I will share a cool thing since I revamped my digital business card and I shared it on Facebook. Some of you guys may be my friends on Facebook and saw that. But when I first shared that post with my digital business card, I'd only had the digital business card for like a week. And the link to my digital business card had been clicked on 90 times. I shared that post on Facebook. Within 5 minutes, I had 40 more shares on my digital business card.
Nice.
And now I've got about 400 shares on my digital business card.
So it's optimized the right way to.
Well, people are loving they're loving it because I put relevant links on my digital business card. So directly on my digital business card, you can access, see what down payment assistance you qualify, apply with Jason. You can, what's the other thing? Oh, download the MLS client
So you're
app.
saying we need to put our digital business card on Facebook?
Yeah, I mean, whatever
I
you can do.
definitely need the information
I
on
know, I'm
that.
like, I'm saying, you have time right now.
Okay, can you?
Yeah, I'm like, I
Send
know
us
we can
that
do
too.
a class, so that's why I know I've been toying with you guys the last couple of weeks about making the digital business card keychains and stuff, but they can be like keychains, they can be the regular tap cards like we're used to having cards to kind of help bridge that gap, so we can still make some of those. It's very cheap. I think we could all get together, have some food, have a good time, and learn, to still promote our brand and at the same time build these digital cards and email signatures. These are all, it all sounds basic and it sounds so simple, you know, because not a lot of people get excited about email signatures, but I do.
Yeah.
Because we send emails all the time, and I don't want to end up in spam. I work very hard on my emails.
Absolutely.
You know,
Yeah, right. I totally agree with that.
that's all I got. And my open houses are good. People are coming, got tons of leads.
So can you put a link on that digital business card to like my book?
Absolutely.
All right.
You could put a link to anything.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Colorado
I like
Springs.
Here's my
bestseller.
digital book on how to sell your home fast.
about, like, different young people programs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think you should.
So Scott, do me a favor. Can you click on the down payment info link? I pay for this service. For realtors, it's $25 a month. Apparently,
Yeah.
they would charge Jason more. But I've always been pretty savvy about the local down payment assistance programs and things like that in the area. But this software, I came across it, and basically what it does is it takes people's information, and let's say, Scott, go ahead and put in 80918 in that zip code. Or put in layman, sure. Now, just based on that address, you've got 33 programs that,
What?
they may have access to. And this works nationwide, so it doesn't matter what zip code you put in. That's the cool thing, too. If
But you have to pay for this?
I do. I pay $25
Okay.
a month for it. But it's basically gives you a landing page for lead capture. People put in their information. They get matched up with down payment assistance
When
programs.
you hit get details, what does it say?
That I'll be in touch with you.
Oh, gotcha.
So do you get
Yeah.
notified of what programs then?
So I get a separate email saying so and so has filled this out. This is the programs that they match up with, and I give them a call right away, or I collaborate with Jason and do a warm transfer.
Cool, okay.
Okay.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, please
So,
share.
Absolutely.
That's
Yeah,
great.
that's what this is all about. We're always here to collaborate and help each other
Yeah, it's
out,
all
so,
awesome, yeah.
I've been sitting on this stuff for a week, and I've been refining my open house things, getting back out there because I went dry for 6 months. It feels like on working. But now that I'm back out there, I'm refining my processes again, and even in my follow-up, there are people who are coming into the open house that, of course, people will lie and say they're represented or they have an agent or maybe they don't know.
Yep.
And then there's people who just say they don't have a representation. So we've got to have a way to follow up with both of those guys. And I did that. I crafted specific email and text messages for each type of lead that came into those open houses. Like for instance, one of them that came in the Montebello Open, they said they were represented by a realtor and pre-approved. So I still wanted to follow up with them, but still be respectful and not cross-sign, or give that error. So the other agent's not calling me upset, I still respect any existing relationships, but I'm leaving the door open type of follow-up.
Right.
So
Those are
those are
liars.
just little things that have been, in my mind lately, and I'm happy to share. So maybe we can get an event together and make
You're
some.
like the digital whiz, huh?
No, not by any means. I think Scott has got me beaten there.
Well, meaning both of you.
That's the difference.
But anything that we can do that's like on the leading edge.
That's right.
This is cool, yeah. I would
Yeah.
love more information. And like maybe a sit down, like how we do the marketing thing in the morning, maybe we could sit down and kind of go step by step to set it all up, and it'd
Right,
be pretty epic.
Yeah, I can try to get here at 10. The only reason I do not always come at 10 or I'm not available in the mornings anymore is because I work very late.
I'll take a
Sometimes-
private meeting.
Oftentimes I'm working until midnight, and so that means I don't
Oh
go
my
to bed.
gosh.
Yeah, I don't go to bed till
2.
3 a.m. in the
Oh,
morning because I'll get home and I pull out the computer and then I work on things like this email signature or just like what do I have to do to follow up for
To
the next day.
decompress,
Yeah.
you pull out your computer.
By 2 a.m.
About
By
1
2 a.m.
o'clock.
I've gotten up to go to the bathroom
Oh
3
my
times.
Right? I'm already halfway through my 8 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has to be mornings or weekends.
But he's in the best shape
Oh, wait,
he's
you
ever
have to
been
look
in.
Oh
forward
yeah,
to.
I've got brand new muscles that I've never had on my shoulders.
You lost 20 pounds, can you say that or something?
Yeah, and I've hit my 6-month mark with them. So not only did I get a raise, but also I'm eligible for other positions in the company. And I told them that I'm gonna apply for their district manager position because I'm gonna end up doing that with them or another company.
Where do you
I'd rather
work?
do it with
I'm
them.
sorry.
With Coca-Cola.
Oh, okay, I didn't know
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So I'm excited about that because they said that there are positions where my hours will be more flex and I'll be salary. so that would really work better with my schedule. And I don't think they want to lose.
Just
me.
so you know, once you go salary, the 40-hour week is over.
Oh yeah.
That's exactly.
Then it
right.
becomes 50-60 because they pay you
Right,
the same.
exactly.
So be careful.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, that's kind of share what we do here,
Yeah.
right? It's always been a balance, making sure that we try to balance our work and home lives and all of our hours. But right now, I'll sleep when I'm dead, and I'm going to keep on grinding because I've got a business to run and other people to help build their business, you know, so.
I have, I feel like I'm not on salary, I'm not on W-2, I'm not on, you know, but I still work like 90 hours a week
Yeah.
Yeah.
for zero pay.
Yeah.
I would like to be on a salary.
Yeah. So, and it pays Uncle Sam because I owe Uncle Sam $6,000. So.
No.
Oh, yeah, right,
You were
on
exactly.
that.
Exactly.
Yeah, I met this person a couple weeks ago, and she works for a nonprofit. And I go, "Oh, I'm a nonprofit." What do you do? I sell real estate.
I'm a
She's like,
nonprofit.
"Are you 103C or 503C?" I go, "No, it was a joke." Just leave. Realtor joke. Okay. he got it. It took a while. There's another one.
Do you want to tell us what that digital business card place is?
Oh, yeah, it's Popple.
Popple.
POPL. You can have a free version or a paid version. I went ahead and did the paid. I took the hit.
Man, what they're coming up with .coms. P-O-P-L,
Yeah.
Popple.
Yeah, so he uses Popple. I use a thing called Linktree. Pretty much the same concept, but
But Linktree doesn't have NSC capabilities.
yeah,
The
they all
what?
have.
What's
The-
NSC?
The
That's
tap.
like the little
Tap
tap
thing.
thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
What?
But you could still
Rob,
program because those
get with
stickers,
the
that I
NSC.
got
Oh, yeah, right.
go
He
right
has
to
these
your
little
Linktree.
stickers.
Yeah.
So like, if
Yeah.
you
I'm still trying to learn
incorporate
about
that
ARB.
Okay, so
means-
I'm at Whole Foods the other day,
Phone up and tap
and I go to
that,
Whole
and
Foods
his
to
digital
buy
business card pops up on your phone.
oysters on Friday. They're $1 each. Blue Points, they're very good. Or Chantilly cake. Manna from heaven, right? So I don't go there very often. And I'm at the checkout line. I'm trying to figure out how to get into my Amazon account, right, to get the special price. And this person next to me does their stuff, and they take their hand,
Yeah.
and they go like this over the scanner, and they pay for it.
What? That's creepy.
Yeah.
I'm like,
How?
what?
Cool. They've had that for a while.
That's cool.
Fingerprints?
I don't know. No,
I don't know.
it's like
It's like a
it's
chip
like
that
like
you get.
here's the
No,
scanner.
it can't be.
Maybe it's a
It-
ring, those,
it just-
those
just
electric
like-
rings that they
Oh.
have.
Just like-
It's a
Yeah,
ring?
rings. That makes sense.
No,
A
no,
watch?
no.
Could
He
be
just
Yeah, they read your handprint.
Oh.
No.
That's creepy.
yeah. I
Oh,
was
wow.
I was like
Oh, they already scan you in TSA.
That's true.
I stopped him and I said,
Oh my
I don't need
goodness. yeah.
biometric.
"Show me the sorcery you're practicing."
Dude, that is so
I
evil.
was like, "Wow."
Oh, we
Little
can't get to
wild.
that.
And-
We can't get to that.
And they
Digital
said, "I go,
man.
what did you? Oh, there's a
Digital
setup you
world.
do," and I'm like, "Well, I don't want to. I just want to get home and start."
like,
shucking
what's
my-
that mark on your forehead?
Yeah, yeah.
It's like,
I mean,
oh, it's a mark of the beast.
And on your right
I
hand.
understand the retinal eye scan, right?
Yeesh.
I'm gonna
But-
roofie somebody. You're gonna transfer me all your money.
Did his mom make
Your
her
hand
slap
over
your
the
face
thing.
real quick?
You can
Have the
totally
print?
see it going that way. Because I've told people for years that at some point you'll get like a chip, you know, where you can just scan it. You know, I remember telling people this in the '80s because they can steal your credit cards, they can steal your numbers, but if you get a chip and you go like that, they can't really steal that. But if they steal your hand,
Yeah, they can.
they can steal your hand.
I
But
mean,
at the same time,
How many times do you see
that,
on
no, that
a
technology.
mafia movie? And they
No,
take
but that technology is going to know. It'll be able to know if your hand's cold or dead or whatever, right?
Right.
I mean, it can know.
Attached.
That, yeah, they know that it's a live hand, so
Detached
it
or
would
attached.
virtually stop all fraud. But you can't get there because that's exactly what the Bible wants it to be. That's exactly where it
Yeah.
has to go.
I mean, at some point you're gonna
So wicked.
go to Whole Foods and you're gonna buy food like that, and it's gonna like that, and it's gonna say your cholesterol is low. or high.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Oh, by the way, you're having a mild heart
Cortisol's
attack.
through the
Crazy.
roof.
Like, do you really need that case?
Yeah, Are you sure?
Can you monitor my cortisol levels?
Exactly.
And, I actually got a Twinkie the other day just for the nostalgia. I hadn't had one in years.
I did
and
too.
yeah, like-
Well, you know what's so
That
funny?
is wild.
That Twinkie was probably made back
In the 70s.
nostalgically. Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
They have a shelf life, yeah.
And did it really taste like plastic still?
No, it was good.
Oh.
And my granddaughter came in yesterday and to my wife and I, here, I brought you the last Twinkies. I hadn't had a Twinkie in 20 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
That seems like so
Yeah, if there-
processed.
if there- if
plastic.
Oh, it always is.
If there's ever a
Like it.
nuclear apocalypse, all that's going to be left are cockroaches eating Twinkies. That's it.
Or cheeseburgers from McDonald's.
Okay, well, let's see. That's it for round table.
Did you get a lot out of it?
Till next time.
Yeah.
Anybody else gonna write a book other than me? Anybody else thinking about writing a book?
I'm going to wait for the movie.
All right.
I don't have those.
I'll have to share it with you. We're a book thing.
I'm going to wait for the movie.
But when I start giving you guys my books, I'll give you guys my autographed copy.
That'd be perfect to like write a book, but then get it printed cheaper, so that way, because I do open houses, I really like have open houses and just have books out. Like that would be really, really good.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
Part of your
Apparently,
staging.
I'm getting lunch with Rory tomorrow, but apparently there's some magic way on Facebook. I found out how to do it, but there's a way where you can put in emails and then make Facebook ads that are targeted specifically to that person.
Yes.
Yes.
The retargeted email.
I'm gonna do
Retargeted.
so.
With that
You know what you could
spreadsheet
do?
that I send you, you can upload it into Facebook.
You know what you could do with the book
Yeah.
thing?
So they say that with those spreadsheets, that with the information that we put in them, that their algorithm will look for those people and then market to their
That's
feed.
right.
Right, but they have to be signed up with Facebook with that
Do you have
email.
to be running a
With
Yes.
that email, right.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people.
I just found
Yeah.
out how to.
I think he
Right.
says his
That-
bad.
link
Instead
everything
of doing
out.
an open
And then it's
house,
gotta make
We
it.
found it's
you
hard
do
to
an
get
open
business
house.
people
You have a
because
stack of
Use a
books.
different email.
Instead of
they-
saying open house,
They got a personal
you say
email on
book
there, I
signing.
think.
But like looking
Well,
for
Books. Oh yeah, that's
They're
even
having a book
better.
signing at the house.
They have,
for
what is
sale.
it,
That
the
was
lighter
hard to
side
get
of real
around,
estate or whatever that creates all the
the
funny memes
50
that
mile
you can
break.
post on
Yeah.
social media and
We
all
used
that
to
kind
run
of stuff.
big,
But within
like
the
tiny
lighter
home
side of
house
real
to old
estate, because
people.
I did it for a
And
while, I think
I
it was
would
like
take-
$30
so
bucks a
we had this
month.
patio home
But he
page
also
on the
has
website.
like downloadable
And so all the
books.
people like,
Not like a
Especially
book book, like a
getting
thick book,
Google.
but they're like, you know, like the
what I
guide
would
that we
do is
have for how
when
to
they
buy
would
a
come
home in
in,
Colorado,
I would make
or the
custom
main level
audience
living
based
guide.
off those
It would be
people.
at
Right.
least
And
that
then
much
I would target
information.
their
Then they had one
emails
for
and people like their
foreclosures,
emails.
I think
And so
sellers,
then I didn't
buyers,
have to do a radio
some
call.
different
I would
ones,
just say, I want
and then,
people that like these people.
These people.
And so it
yeah,
got
you
around
can
the
go in and
whole,
you can type
like,
in
It
different
works.
things
Nice.
and
It works.
customize
Around the
it
whole
within
thing.
there too. It's
Oh,
just
really?
like a cheaper option, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I
What
had
was
done
it?
it right, and so I have like a downloaded PDF. So if I wanted to send that PDF to a printer or something, and back when you had that one weird bookmaker thing, I made a handful of them, like with
Oh.
this little spiral
Oh, I still have that.
bridge or
I
whatever.
still have that.
Yeah. So I used that and made some from the lighter side of real estate stuff. If anybody wants to see what they're like.
Can you customize it with like your picture and
Mhm.
you, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, you can customize
Okay.
it with your picture, your information, your
Oh,
phone number.
interesting.
You can even go in there and edit what it says if you want. Cause like I know that I think the last time that I made one, and like now I'm not subscribed to it, so I can't. I don't have access to the editable version. All I have is the PDF that I downloaded, and that was back when, you know, multiple offers were like a big
Oh, yeah.
thing.
You
So
know
it's
what
like
you
I
could
wouldn't
do?
want to hand out
You
that
send
buyer's
yours in.
guide
what
to somebody
what
now
you could do
because
now is you could upload
Right.
ChatGPT.
Yep, and it'll change
and
it.
it will just rewrite the whole thing. And then
Well,
Yeah.
well, when I
You
get
can
my
ask-
book done, if any of you guys
think about
wanna,
that. But yeah.
when I get my
Do that.
book done on how to sell your house, if anybody wants to go to expireds and cancels and knock on the door and hand them my book and tell them, look, I work for this
Then you need the big.
guy, we'll make a deal.
you
I'm
need
gonna have
the-
20 books a month.
Yeah, you need the big subscription for that.
Right, exactly.